Okay. So maybe let me start from a couple of kind of philosophical remarks, and then I'll hand over to Sergey and or maybe somebody else from the alliance to give a more detailed answer about the Everscale and Everprice. So I mean, just on the bigger picture, what happened? It's very clear with the overall market. There was an extremely intense injection of liquidity in the last few years, and particularly in the last couple of years since COVID time. Like 40% of all printed dollars were printed in the last couple of years. And of course, that liquidity was going all over the place, including the crypto segment. There was massive injection of liquidity in the crypto segment, and which is a risk asset. So when basically US reversed the quantitative easing and stopped injecting money into the market, of course, everybody became risk averse, and liquidity started going away from the global markets, from the stock market, and of course, the crypto market typically reacts first because this is still one of the most volatile and risky assets. So that's one kind of big reason. The reason why crypto fell more than the stock markets, for example, is partially because it's a more risky asset, as judged by the investment banks for now, and partially because of the Terra crash and current Terra Luna crash and current Celsius crash, which is happening, which might trigger some more, negative waves. And of course, Ever is a part of the global market. As you could see, our trading volumes and grew recently, but I'm sure Sergey will comment about that or somebody else. So of course, we're now more kind of linked, as ever, more linked with the, more correlated with the crypto market. So that's why we fell more or less proportionally with the market. So I'll probably stop at this big picture remark and hand over to Sergey and team to give more comments.
Yeah, okay, I will comment.
Yeah, or Vladimir.
Yeah. For Broxus, it's not first and not second crypto winter. In first crypto winter, Broxus was establishment. In second crypto winter, Broxus grow from 25 people up to 100 people. And in crypto winter, it's more cheaper to hire new people, like new developers especially, and also marketing and PR activities became 5-6x cheaper too. So for us, it's it's good time for marketing because now it's not so expensive like it was 5-6 months ago. In terms of liquidity, yes, liquidity went away from a lot of DeFi protocols, but from a few, for example, maybe 10% liquidity went to another network, and that's all. So we in liquidity terms, we are very stable now. About price, of course, it's impossible to go against market because a lot of people sold all actives and use it to cover position with margin level to be safe from margin call, but they didn't save and they lost a lot of money. It's began from Terra crash, near 10, maybe 15 million Evers were sold to Allianz liquidity in the first time, and this money went to Terra protocol and and burn. And it's about past. So about future. We are developing a lot of things, and Dexada is starting to grow because teams in Korea got new partner in Japan. It's one big news. Another about Korea. When we will solve problem fibrillation, we will continue to grow in this country. And from August, we will be, in the Indonesian market because we need to crypto license in Indonesia. And after it, we will be able to go to all exchanges, and we will able start to work with all the different financial partners. So of course, I'm not happy too with current Ever price levels, but if you will compare Ever to Ethereum, Ever now it's more stable than Ethereum. So we will continue to attract liquidity. Maybe we will set up some special program for new liquidity providers in Bridge, and we will continue work and attract new people in the team. We establishment, I don't know how call it, free funds who already invest to different GameFi projects, and we want to invest to a project on Everscale too, and we will announce all the structure in 2 weeks, because we need time to understand how to create structure between these three funds and our DeFi structures, and it will bring liquidity for projects who are working on the different games, and who will use Everscale technology for it. So it's updates from my side.
Nikita, Vladimir, do you guys want to jump in on the MinerGate side / side?
Yes, I wanted to say a couple of things. First of all, of course, it is very, very hard to grow in the bearish market, and now everybody is, everybody agrees that now the market is bearish. And again, as Alex said in the beginning, a lot of people close their crypto positions to basically fill in the gaps of investment gaps in other spheres in traditional finance and everything. So yeah, people sell, and that's normal. But again, as also Sergey said, that it is now time of opportunities, because we've in order for us to be top 100 in market cap, in terms of like based on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, we need to have a price of about 29 to 30 cents. That means we will reach the top 100 list, which is more than reachable, because again, of course, the market was higher in itself, but we had a price of 35 cents just at the beginning of May. Also, if you follow our social media, you've seen we've got another couple of mentions and articles in Cointelegraph, had an article in Entrepreneur, and we actually had very good native integrations with CoinMarketCap. As maybe some of you seen, if you open CoinMarketCap's main page, on the top you'll see Everscale article from our Gravity account in the suggestions. So we finally reached, actually, and it's actually natively. So that is because the suggestion engine of CoinMarketCap decided to feature our article and our account on their main page. That means that again, we do not expect super rapid growth and during the bearish market, but we expect to reach top positions in the time where a lot of protocols and a lot of projects basically turn to zero, but we grow little by little. And when the next bull wave should occur, and it should occur 100%, just a matter of it should occur, in a month, in a year, maybe in 1.5 years, we will catch the wave and basically collect the fruits of our work that we did in terms of programming, in terms of marketing, in terms of promotion, in terms of working with the community. So yeah, the times are quite harsh, but we still are making some progress, and I think that's also a good thing. That's from my side.
Okay. Looks like it's my turn. Do you hear me well, by the way?
Yep.
Okay, great. So in simple words, how to explain to crypto people what happened on the market? It's very simple. Liquidity went to United States dollar staking. So since staking rates in dollar terms now increased, I mean, with the Fed rate, so liquidity moved there from all other assets. Okay, regarding update, what we have, what we do in EverX. For the last probably half a year, there were not much communication probably from our side because very hard protocol updates were under development, and we know that probably we got some comments from community that probably there were not sufficient communication from our side. But on the last week, I called an AMA and said, I can repeat it again, that so first of all, we are absolutely in line with the roadmap, which is on Everscale.network website. And I think that in a couple of weeks, we will update that roadmap with more details. And I hope that probably we will be able to deliver some protocol updates sooner than, not soon, but sooner than it was expected in the roadmap. So just to stress out where we are again. So we are still by architecture, by design, the most scalable ever protocol in the world. The current market, the current crypto market is not still probably appreciate that approach much because there's still a lot of forks. I mean, people start application by running like Cosmos, for example, fork, or some Ethereum fork based on fork blockchains. But from as we said many times, we think that it's not a sustainable way for crypto to grow. Because if you think there's the whole principle of the whole idea behind crypto distrust applications disappears by that. If you have different blockchains, okay, you can have bridges, but bridges they do not make application composable. It's just a way how you can with quite time and inconvenient way to connect some applications, but you cannot make application which will rely on number of different applications, and you cannot do it especially in an easy way. So in the long-term approach, which we promote, which means all applications which should be based on one scalable platform, it should win. No way that it will happen other way. And all and as we saw, all words about that you do not need sharding. You can do it. You can do it single chain. They are not working. So we saw Solana crash, and we see now how it works. And we said it many times before that it's not possible to handle high load and even handle one huge application with single chain blockchain. And when you say about ecosystem of different applications which compose and there are some applications which use strengths of different applications, then it's absolutely impossible to do it that way. So we probably will have some we'll have one more AMA on technical development side in a couple of weeks, as I said, once we will update our plans and our specifications of what was done during the last half a year. Yeah, and probably we'll be able to answer questions. We can answer now questions if you have them, but it will be in much more details in a couple of weeks.
And just on this one, by means of introduction, we have on the call Slava and Ekaterina, who respectively are heads of the Node and SDK teams, just in case somebody wants to dig a little bit into the products and their perspectives.
Hello.
Hi,
Roman,
yeah.
so what's your take? Should we jump into questions? Do you want to ask yourselves first, or do you have anything from the community?
Yeah, there are a few questions from the community. The first question is, do EverX and Broxus has resources to fund operation 7 development during bear market for 1-2 years, worst case?
I could start with EverX. Of course, we'll continue financing all the necessary work, including upstream work. I assume Broxus, judging by what Sergey said, that he's hiring now. I think that answered that question as well.
So yeah, I guess Sergey said that now it will be cheaper than ever.
From the second one, there were 2 or?
Yeah, there's one more questions about the funds, because community many times asked me in the chats what the current situation with funds, when will they come?
Roman, can you repeat, please?
I think it's
the funds coming to invest in Ever.
Yeah, I think it was it refers to Crystal Hands program, I guess.
Vladimir, can you comment on that, please?
Yeah. Yeah. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So the current update is that the consensus has ended. We've been introduced to more or less all top-tier Western funds. We're also talking to a couple funds in Asia. So now I'm having meetings practically every day with the new funds. The bear market is, of course, complicates the issue, but I hope that anyway, after the market recovers, we'll have good introductions and keep going on, especially with current prices. I think it will be easier for the funds to enter into our ecosystem. So I'm pretty confident and positive on the outcome of our talks with you guys.
Thank you. The next question is, why does Everscale only goes down together with the market but never up?
I can try to answer that. First of all, it is actually not true. About going down, usually most of the times it goes down a little bit less than most of the altcoins, first of all. Second of all, people still remember the bull market of end of 2020, beginning of 2021, that we didn't catch, unfortunately, and that was the actually the only situation where the market just had a rise and we didn't. So it is actually not true. It is true that we have actually the token price fell quite a lot from the initial price that were listed when we got listed on the exchanges. Maybe it is just the price discovery at that time maybe was just a little off, but actually now we became correlating with the market, and I think that's more a good thing than bad, because when the token doesn't the price of the token doesn't have any correlations with the market, usually it scares off investors, because it usually means that there are manipulations in the market. With our situation, it is fair and square. We now just a normal participant of the crypto market, so I don't see that as a problem. I see that as a plus that we correlate. But again, we try to have correlations that we rise a little bit more when the market rises, fall a little bit less than when the market falls. So we're working on it. But again, the correlations, I think it's not a bad thing.
Thank you.
I think Sergey wanted to add something. He got.
I want to add something. Yeah, from start of it was not Everscale, it was Friton. A lot of token distributed not to right hands, and these people didn't bring any value. And during some months, Allianz and some crystal hands investors bought this token from market for I found for last 6 months, and it was not clever to try push price because in this time with guys always sold, and they stopped sold I think near to April, because they sold all tokens what we had, and afraid Everdao blocked all tokens for 3 months, and maybe we will propose continue cliff to vesting with tokens, to not distribute new tokens to market if Everdao will support it. And in May, demand and supply was normal, and we start grow. And the fate, unfortunately, Luna happened, and crypto winter happened, and now we're moving like a market.
Thank you. I think that we've got the full answer. There are additional question that will be there a burn of 1 billion tokens from the treasury? If not, for what they will be used for?
Yeah, about these tokens. Maybe it's good idea to burn some of treasury, but we need to calculate all our network obligations and check the futures plan. Because Everdao stopped, because Everdao vote for all partners and all initials, now we know all obligations of network, and there are a lot of free tokens, maybe 5, maybe 600 million. And one of strategy how to use this token, it's freeze this token different liquidity. For example, one of my idea is set up pair Aver to Aver and freeze 200 million tokens in this liquidity and burn P token. This token will not be allowed to withdraw for any people, because it will be in only because it will be freeze in liquidity. But this liquidity will bring value for ecosystem, because you will be able change your Aver to Aver, vice versa. And and maybe it will be possible use these Avers for another project too. And my idea is freeze up to 300, maybe more million tokens in liquidity and burn multi tokens.
Yes, and add to that, so there are also possibilities like to use the remaining tokens to stop emission. There was discussed some time ago, to stop emission and use the rest tokens to fund validators. So it means that will be limited supply, and there will be no growth of supply over the time. This is one of idea how we can use that billion. Also, that billion can be used as for stablecoin, as a resource for stablecoin. It also can be done that way. So there is a number of ways how those tokens can be used for the benefit of ecosystem. We'll add TVL, by the way, into ecosystem, and will not go to the market anyway.
Just small remark for me, joining Sergey and Pavel, is that if there is a way the tokens add value, not hitting the market, it's actually preferred way, because when you burn, you decrease the fully diluted market cap as well. So if there is a good idea how to spend those tokens, it's a better way for the fully diluted market cap. Just a small remark.
If I may, also when you like in corporate finance, you have to see what the capitalization table looks like. And if a project has too much liquidity locked in the treasury. So basically, very big total supply compared to circulating supply, and vice versa. When you don't have any overhead, that's not actually a good thing. We have now about 40% of our total supply locked and about 60% in circulating supply. Actually, most of the circulating supply is also locked, but locked on the validators and everything. But the treasury is about 800 million tokens, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And that is a good thing. That means that we have some overhead to development. We have some overheads, to new investor rounds and everything. But again, we do not want to mess up the capitalization table of the network, because burning tokens from the definition is the process that can not be reversed. If we burn the tokens, actually, as we did from 5 billion to 2 billion, it's a reversible process. We cannot basically create extra tokens using a magic wand. So all these manipulations for the total supply should be done super carefully, and because it can actually lead to a lot of negative stuff. If the people propose to burn more tokens, now it will do, from my point of view, it will do more harm than good. But again, all these manipulations with total supply should be done very carefully. And if we decide to do something, we will calculate it very carefully and show the calculation to the community first. So,
Nikita, I think people ask for burn tokens because in reality they want to not allow to go new tokens to market. And
yes.
We know only one way burn, but there are now way. And like put to liquidity and burn P tokens, how to bring value for ecosystem and not allow way how tokens will go to market.
Yes, correct. So basically now it's the question not of decreasing the total supply, it's decreasing the free flow. There's the free flow, there's the problem, Sergey. I agree? Yes. So yes, and actually how to deal with free flow, it's a very not so easy question, but again, we as DeFi Alliance are thinking about it constantly because this is the main problem.
There's another question. Who are the current investors in Everscale? Will be there disclosed or not?
I'm not sure that we can disclose all, but for example, I want to bring 3 investors, and all 3 guys first investors to Ethereum ICO. One of these guys Chinese, and another guy living in Canada, and another guy living in Indonesia. We all early adopters to new network, and this is very smart money. I think money of these guys more smarter than a lot of funds.
Yeah, I just want to echo Sergey that we do know some people who bought through OTC, who bought on the market. There's an early guy from Bitcoin who bought in a couple of months ago, but I don't think they would prefer their names to be called. As you know, typically, people prefer to be, to a certain extent, anonymous. But the answer that Sergey started, and I want to finish, the answer is that there is more smart money coming in and important people from the large crypto ecosystem coming in. Like I know a few, obviously Sergey knows a few already who came in, and there'll be more to come. I think that's the most the most adequate answers that can be given to this question.
Yeah, agree.
Somebody is writing to me, Roman, just to give you to breathe. Somebody is writing to me why Huobi and Kucoin listing did not help the price. They helped the volume translating, but they did not help the price. I don't know, Sergey, do you want to comment? I think you kind of answered, but maybe you have a specific on.
Yes, I think they don't help with price because a number of deposit in Evers were more than buyers, and that's all. It's all about demand and supply, and a lot of people who want only buy and sell on listing didn't earn, and they sold tokens, and that's all. And maybe if not Luna and not another market, it probably will help, but not in this stage of market.
There's another question regarding the partnerships that that already passed via EverDAO or not passed. What the current status of it, and what will be future steps?
Yeah, about partnerships. First stage on EverDAO, it was about to continue or not continue partnerships, and more than half of partnerships went away, and they will never get tokens. All partners who allow by EverDAO to continue partnership will prepare and move report about their KPIs and any value what they bring for network. Maybe it was not a KPI, but it's real value for network. And after it, all tokens should be approved by EverDAO to move any tokens from treasury. It's new process. So all partners who bring a lot of value are able to create proposal to get tokens for that value.
Another additional question regarding the Huobi and Kucoin, when there will be a native blockchain added, not rapid ever.
Yeah, one exchange commitment do it in July. Second exchange commitment do it in August. Usually exchange need to spend up to 1 month average to do it.
I actually want to add that Huobi and Kucoin were the major ones, but now we're in the process of listing on Malaysian and Indonesian platform CoinStore, which is quite popular in the region. That also listed first on ERC20 token as a ERC20 token, and after a month or month and a half, we will have native listing, because again, not everybody is still familiar about how Everscale works, so they have a learning curve to integrate natively. But you know, the more exchanges we have, the faster the integrations will become.
Yeah, for now it's no more questions. Maybe someone wants to add something.
I think we kind of covered all. I just want to remind, while everybody's thinking, that we have our weekly call in 25 minutes, so there'll be more presentations. So there's a nice presentation on the gaming front with a company which is getting a lot of traction currently. So I'm inviting everybody to join the weekly community call. Otherwise, guys, Vladislav just joined recently. Maybe he wants to say a couple of words.
Yeah, guys, just to say hello. For some reason, I saw the notification that it should be in half an hour. So,
Vlad, maybe you want to invite people to participate in our hackathon in Belgrade?
yeah, yes. So actually, we're planning to announce this week. So we are going to host the first in a row of hackathons called Broxus Elysium. So hopefully by end of the week, so we will share the website with all the tasks and all the details about the hackathon. So it will be both in offline and online form. So any remote participants are also welcome. And so we're planning to make such hackathons kind of regular, so with an objective of having them at least quarterly, and preferably much more often. So, and we of course will be grateful for any kind of your feedback and help. So, and if anyone is willing to become a mentor for teams, so please contact me directly. And so, of course, so we will appreciate any help.
Vlad, do you want to comment briefly on the bridges, on what's the latest, what's maybe coming on the overall bridge infrastructure? Because that's one subject we didn't touch yet in this call.
Yeah, actually, so the nearest feature to come, so maybe let's just stop on the recently announced features that have been released. So the first and major one is the merge of the tokens, meaning that now you can match several tokens from different networks being one and single token, and this way you can easily control the whole flow of your tokens for your user base, and easily transfer them from any network to any network. So if they follow the merging procedure, so we will announce the merger procedure so soon, hopefully within a week. So it will explain who you should contact with which proofs and which information you should provide to be able to merge your tokens in different networks for a bridge to operate it natively. And the next closest feature to come is a bridge to Solana. So it is 95% ready, and now we are passing the security check. So, and also looking for auditors. So, and very soon we are expecting it to be released. So, and this way, Solana will also become connected to Everscale. Yeah. So
Maybe. Yeah.
And they go.
Go ahead, Vlad, or you finished?
No, I'm talking about major features, but also you will see a lot of good UI tweaks in our interface. So maybe you have seen that we have recently launched the landing page of the bridge, showing some good stats. So quite a lot of minor improvements are going on time to time. So just keep subscribed to our news channel. So, and if you're missing something, so please contact me or any other guy from the team. We are collecting the feedback from you guys, and of course taking it into account when planning the future releases.
And maybe on our end, on EverX, Pavel covered on the core products. I just also wanted to briefly comment on Flex and Gosh. Gosh, I guess everybody had a chance, whoever has interest, to see the AMA, the Killer Whale podcast, to be more precise, on Gosh, where a lot of questions were covered and answered. From my personal standpoint, it's developing quite nicely. There is interest from some senior IT industry folks, and there are quite a few repos were already deployed on Gosh, but I don't want to steal from Mitya's territory, so I let him give precise numbers at the next occasion. And on Flex, you might have seen that there was an announcement that Flex would be launched on June 1. There is good news happened to Flex. It got strengthening to the team, substantial strengthening to the team, with some, with some experts from the space, from the trading/DEX space. And there was a decision taken to add more features and polish UI UX. So that's why Flex is getting, again, new features and more polish, and will be launched a little bit later. So that's 2 cents on our end on EverX on the key products. Anyone else who wants to say something or any more questions, Rome? Otherwise, I mean, let's get to work. Stuff markets, we need to get back to work.
Yeah, get back to work, and yeah, see you on the weekly meetup. Thank you all.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.